What's up, Suave Shredders? Welcome back to the latest installment of SuaveShred Guitar Lessons. My name is Mario. Please check out my website, facebook.com/SuaveShred, and check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/blues and E minor with a 0 as the O. In today's lesson, I'm going to be teaching you about the DADGAD tuning, D-A-D-G-A-D, and how you can use that kind of as a platform to make a lot of really cool sounds, and it's kind of a idiot-free way to play. For the DADGAD tuning, you first have your standard tuning, which again is low E, A, D, G, B, high E. But for the DADGAD tuning, what we're going to want to do is drop these strings down so they make low D, A, D, G, low A, and D, high D. So here's what we're going to do for that. What you're first going to want to do is tune your low E string to the D string. So here's your D, and here's your E. So you're going to want to turn your peg so you're tuning it downwards. You're tuning it to match this D sound. So here's your D. See how those two sounds match? Now the next thing you can do is tune your high E down to D as well. And now when you strum all these strings together, it makes the sound of an open chord. So you can take your capo, put it anywhere, and you can kind of play these patterns like. So the way I'm doing that is, now that we're in this tuning, if you don't have to have your capo, but just for the sake of me thinking it's a prettier sound, I'm going to teach you some of these patterns that I was doing in that last part so you can play along with me. What you're first going to do is you really only need to use one finger at a time because of this open tuning. That's without strumming any strings. So in theory, you could just take your pick and kind of do this. And you can make a song out of that. But instead what we're going to do is we're going to add some other notes to give it a little bit more embellishment. One of the things that I like to do is use a hammer-on technique, which is if you pluck this A string, you can also pluck that low D with it to give it the bassy note, like. So you're just going to. Or for you beginners, you can just go. And I'm really just using this A string, this D string, and this D string to make that sound. And then what you can also do is on this, what is now the high D string, you can use these to make kind of a lead part within your rhythm. So if you go, and I'm going to teach you how to do that too. So now this other part that I really like to do with this kind of, which remember is wherever the end of your guitar is. So here I'm ending the guitar on this 5th fret, and I got capo 5. So 2 frets after that, I'm just kind of hammering on that A string, and then plucking other strings. But what I like to add to that is this little. And that's a really easy thing to play that I think sounds great. What you're going to do is you're going to start on the 2nd fret after the capo. And without your capo, it's cool too. You just start on the 2nd fret. But, with the capo on the 5th fret. We're going to start out by, on the 2nd fret, plucking that high D and moving up to the 4th. So it kind of gives it that entrance sound. And that's a technique that you're going to want to know for your future guitar playing, because you can do things like this. those strings and just using it to slide. It makes that really nice fluid sound. So you're going to want to start on the 2nd fret again, move up to the 4th. That's the next thing. That's strumming that E string with your finger on that 4th, and then hammering on the 5th. It's just pluck, press, let go. And then after that hammer on, you're just going to go slide it backwards. See that? And when you put it together, it's going to sound like... So it's just 4, hammer on 5, slide back to 2, 2, hammer on 4, open. When you add the rhythm to that, and all I'm doing there is I'm only taking this finger, because it's in that open DADGAD tuning, it gives it that full open chord sound. So all I'm doing is really just embellishing this top E string, or what is now the high D string, and I'm just giving it the sounds of the other notes that are in that key. And you can do that anywhere on the neck. So even if I have my capo, you know, all the way up here on the 9th fret, and you can make an entire song just out of this beautiful DADGAD tuning. So this has been Mario with SuaveShred Guitar Lessons. I hope you learned something new. Message me with anything you want to learn. Peace, Shredders.